In the top right, we've got Heromarine, and in the bottom left, we've got Zoun. Heromarine against Zoun, and best of 5 is the first map. Zoun immediately going with a proper cross. Now let's see what the master of European Terran builds can do against kind of an on-fire person. Like Zoun, he's a very old professional gamer, which is kind of funny. Because he was flying under the radar for a lot of people. And then eventually, with Legacy of the Void, I guess, like a couple years into Legacy of the Void, maybe like 3 years into or something, he started to suddenly peak out of nowhere. He was already, like, this guy used to be on SK Telecom, right? He's pretty old school. He's not, I don't think he started to be professional with the release of StarCraft 2. He came in a little bit later. Oh, he used to be known as Fox. Interesting. So his first team was Prime, and then he got traded to SK Telecom, or he got a contract at SK Telecom, and then he went into like a teamless situation for 4 years, and then he went into Alpha X, and that's where he started really to shine, when he started to peak. They picked him up. I think he started to kind of peak, and then they picked him up. And then he had to go to the military. He was 3 years by Alpha X, and then of course now to on-site gaming, which used to be Vitality when he came back from the military. So he started basically on that as it was Vitality, and now it's on-site game. But yeah, he's like basically the people you have there. Well, it's Crank, who used to be SK Telecom as well. Then you have Maru, who used to be Prime. And then, of course, Junior Greenwings, and then you have Ryang, who also used to be SK Telecom. So those guys, they know each other, either from Prime or from SKT days, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. And he just came in there, and he has been performing extremely well, but he's still kind of looking for his major win. I think the biggest tournament he really won, which is really a incredibly big one, would be oh god, Home Story Cup, right? And then after that, I guess he has a couple of very good second finishes, like GSL super tournaments. He did do a couple of second finishes. Now he's poking in here with the Stalker and an Adept. He loves to be aggressive, stuff like this, very small unit sets. And this is like a Gabe mechanic. It's like a Gabe strategy. He just made the Marines, and he's sitting them outside. He's like, "Come in, bro." He's literally like, "Come in, bro." He's gonna strong arm you. This is the funny thing about Gabe. He's willing to strong arm a Protoss in a micro battle. He will not back down from that. It's a little bit like how Björn likes to play this as well. Now Cyclone is gonna finish off the first Adept here. Stalker is gonna make its way across. Can it get out? The recall is happening, and only shields. Nah, I guess he loses 3 HP, which is still fine. But yeah, and I think he did get a good scout, right? So he saw the starport, and well, he doesn't of course know about the swap on the add-ons and stuff. He knows there's a Cyclone, so he knows there's at least one tech lab. Gabe actually going into 2 Cloaked Banshees here. I guess if you make Cloaked, you want to make 2. But oh, what a lucky break for Zoun. He's gonna fly the Observer right into the Banshee. And I don't think that Heromarine noticed, because he didn't look at that moment. So he's just gonna fly in blind, and well, this tank and this forward position, it's a very funny position, but he can hold that high ground. Ah, the Banshee just gets shut down immediately here. That's a lot of money down the drain. He hoped to have this with this push. Now Zoun is trying to kill these tanks, and the tank's fighting alone. The blink, it happens. He loses one Stalker there, a little bit sloppy on the side, but he snipes one tank, which is definitely the bigger value target here. One Banshee still going across the map, but this with only one tank, it's just not a strong push anymore. Heromarine, I would have liked him to just sit on this high ground and hold this high ground and try to take a third base from that point on. Now he's getting the Banshee in, but there should be an Observer on the way. He gets 2 probes, but this defense, this early game, it's just looking very, very solid for our Protoss player. The thing is though, man, the Big Gabe macro machine is on fire. He is up in the work account actually. He kills a couple more, comes in again, kills a couple more here. He loses a tank though, the Raven is gonna get shot as well. Oh, he does get it, but the Stalkers have to commit extremely heavily into the main base now. The workers are gonna come off the line and gonna start to fight here with the Stalkers. The Banshee still killing so many probes. No reaction here to the Banshee. I think the Stalkers have been recalled, so he manages to salvage some of his aggressive force, but in the end, man, this Banshee, 8 kills, that's a lot of probes. He will not be able to find any more Pixie into the main base, because I think he can go a little bit more into the corner. No, it's just not. The range is not there. Unfortunately, there's not enough dead airspace apparently to hide the Banshee. No probes in this gas. Needs to get the third gas resaturated here. He is going into Colossi. He wants to use that forge. He doesn't really have the gas. If you look at that, it's only 150 now. He finally resaturates that one. He should start up his +1 very soon. And he wants to throw down a 4th Nexus as well. Look at that. The 3rd command set is done. He has 23 SCVs on this one. He's already rallied over to this position. And he will drop that command center there very, very soon. He's gonna move out. Now, Zoun also expanding, but the tempo in this game, it looks good for Heromarine. He has the big army. He has basically a bigger economy, honestly. I mean, we can have a look at this, but this is the mules. So the economy overall, it looks a little bit better here for Big Gabe. And he has a more sophisticated army as well. It's mostly Blink Stalkers. I guess there's a bunch of charge shots now as well, but they don't really have any upgrades. On the other side, we've got full-fledged bios, 9 Marauders and 29 Marines, a couple of Medivacs, 4 even at this point, 1 tank still in the mix here, and the Cyclone. Man, this is looking amazing here for Heromarine at this stage of this game. Of course, this can swing around. Comes down to harassment, comes down to engagements. Terran army is very glass cannony, very volatile, so we don't know. This is a very good setup, it seems to here for Heromarine. A big spread here. Colossi not really finding the targets they want to hit the Marine clusters, but there's no 2 big Marine clusters. Now, Gabe is chasing up the ramp. There might have been a little bit of a mistake here. Colossus is finally starting to get those swipes off. 10 on that one Colossi, and most of the Marauders have been depleted from this force. The tank is gonna fall as well. Wasn't able to retreat here onto the high ground, and Gabe has to kite his way back home here. You will lose more units on tail on this, but ideally you just want to keep the Medivac safe. Oh, he has the reinforcements coming in. One more tank actually, funny enough. He's still producing single tanks here. And he has a bunch of units coming in here as well from the sidelines. A very big spread here for Heromarine. He's starting to plow through that gateway army, and only Colossi are remaining. But man, that's some good kiting here from Zoun against his Marines. Now Heromarine is going to react here by just pulling back the Marines and trying to kite this, trying to force this issue with the Marauders. Zoun is sniping that last Viking. Every unit is being migrated here in this battle. What a fight between these two guys. The Viking does survive, the Colossi does survive. Wow, what a fight, what a battle here. But so far, Heromarine is trying to push the issue. It doesn't really work, but he is expanding behind this. He is setting up his 4th base. It is a little bit slower though. The economic tempo is going into Zoun's favor here in a very small moment after he does that transfer, and he needs to get some more gas going. I want to see even one more. See the Templar Archives And just throw down a few Archons even. Because you see that, I guess, well, we see, he doesn't know. There is a second starport, but there's no Ghost Academy yet. So he doesn't have the Ghost, but he's going into that massive Viking production. He has been producing single file tanks to try and keep up some range advantage, some pressure, some form of turn away or shoo away against these Colossi. But wow, what a good state of the game here for Heromarine. There's a War Prism though, and the War Prism can turn things around, but the turret ring just completed here for our German turn player. I always liked like one more turret kind of here, you know, with the production, so whenever the prism flies in, it's gonna be, well, pretty dead. And Heromarine is just, oh, he will take this space. I like it. So he's gonna set up like a very compact quadrant of the map. Oh, the Viking comes in at the perfect moment here. He will not be able to kill the prism though. It can run away. But that's sometimes all you need. Now he has a Viking on patrol there. He does basically sacrifice 2 supply to keep that safe. And he still has 3 tanks here, so he can set up a very good defensive location. But he has no pressure with this. Now he's setting up a turtley Terran style here. He's going into the air weapons. He's still committing with it. There's a Ghost Academy, by the way. It was already finished, but he hasn't made a Ghost yet, has he? He needs to get some EMPs going. There's a big attack at the front. At the same time, Zealot's trying to run by here, and they will manage to come in. A few Marines are there, but it's just not enough. He needs to allocate a lot more from his Bioforce here, and this is all orbitals, so a lot of SCVs are gonna fall. At the same time, we do see the big push here trying to do something at that 4th base. Oh, Heromarine gets pulled out a little bit too much there maybe. Vikings are out of position to try and deal with the Colossi. Tanks though are anchoring this, and they are dealing a lot of damage. Now with everything cleaned up, even like Heromarine loses 10 SCVs, honestly I think it's a good thing for him, because he was 80 SCVs is a little bit too much. Unless you're 2Y and you make deliberately 17 planetaries which are not looking at, like, which are not at mining locations, which you just do the rest is like tanks and Vikings and ghosts and liberals. I don't know, man, it's crazy competitions. But yeah, Zoun is taking the freedom. He has. It's basically Heromarine granting him that freedom, but has expanded 2 more times here. This one's still on the horizon, kind of still in the making, and he's getting up more and more gateways, so he will be able to do that power play style where he will be losing a big army and he can just resupply with like 20 to 30 supply in an instant of gateway units. There's only going to be gateway units though. He does not have Storm yet. He's going into Disruptors. And there's another Nexus coming online here, by the way. So he will be going into Disruptor. Still no Storm. I would like to see some Storm with this. And on the other side, it's going to be Liberators. Liberators, of course, extremely powerful against Disruptors. It's very tough to argue here. Tanks are setting up a little bit more forward. Set up, guys. Come on. Come on, set up. But yeah, Zoun is starting to even kind of anchor down some defenses here for his fringe bases. Oh, okay, so he spreads tanks a little bit more. That does reduce their power in one location, of course, but it does keep more locations a little bit safer. And Heromarine has even 1 Axis orbital right now here in the making. He needs to do something across the map though. Zoun is really starting to realize that Heromarine's pressure, there hasn't been anything for the last 6 minutes. Medivac upgrade coming in here, Liberators in production, Ghosts in production, +2 ship weapons, 3 bio upgrades, a couple more command centers. On the other side we see Observer speed and Warp Prism speed, both here. They both look the same to me. They should make one red or yellow, I don't know. Both are blue. It's just different kinds of flowers. They're coming in here with a big attack. Zoun, can you break Heromarine? I think it's a difficult angle. There's a lot of obstruction as well. Only Zealots kind of funneling through that small area. And yeah, he needs to fall back here. Oh, there goes, should have thrown an EMP there at the last second, kind of got a little bit too far forward. And now we don't have an EMP here ready, so that's actually a little bit of an issue. One Zealot trying to kill off the tank, he will succeed, I can't believe it. Oh no, the tank was anchoring this position so well here for Heromarine, unfortunately. It does get slaughtered. So now we do have that big fight here, still raging, and some very good disruption novas, but all of the Colossus have been killed off. And Heromarine is still pushing this back. The Vikings are kind of dead weight right now here. And he's gonna land those, which I don't hate, I gotta say. But, I mean, it's not the greatest to land Vikings at this stage of the battle. And sometimes it's just better to try to utilize them offensively, just fly them around the map. And do the thing, you know, kill the probes. Oh, the tanks are trying to shoot those disruptors, but they get ganked on by the Zealots. Not enough bio to anchor the tanks. The Viking gets killed by a disruptor. Now I've seen it all. Man, and as soon as the AoE runs out, the bio just comes back shooting from the high ground here, even Heromarine, man. He looks still so solid. His army is just a little bit too powerful. We should see more and more Liberators coming here very soon. Can't seem to find the first libs. Have probably been already killed off, but even a couple of SCVs here. Oh, that Disrupt Nova is gonna kill a few units, but not too many. And now we do see the Liberators coming back here, ready to deliver the freedom for the Terran world. And the Protoss have to fall back here, unless they want to get blown up by laser weapons. Well, he does leave this ramp open though, so he needs to kind of reposition here. The Liberators are targeted down by the Stalkers. He's doing a good job doing that, but in the end, missing one Liberator there, eating a little bit more damage than he should have. Gabe is a little bit too free with the libs, I guess, but oh! Man, +3 Zealots. Now the flank comes in here. The bio is getting killed off. Oh, he killed so many Zealots. Oh my god, he killed so many Zealots. Oh, bro. That might have been better for Heromarine, that disruption shot, than for himself. That was so much friendly fire. Does it show up? Let's see. Zoun killed 10 of his Zealots with friendly fire there. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. He lost 100 and he killed 10 himself. He killed 10% of what Heromarine killed. Liberators are still trying to get up and count, but we do see that Heromarine is actually starved for minerals, so he's kind of running into marine production. He needs to utilize some of his energy, drop some mules there. He has a lot of orbitals, actually. He has a lot of orbitals. He's going into view goes. A lot of marine power to, of course, fight off the Zealots here, but man, sometimes the disruption is all you need. There's nothing that shoots at air right now here. This is all anti-ground. And there's the Stalker warp in. Now we do see the Liberators, but the Liberators, you can't leave them alone. The Stalkers are gonna blink in. They're gonna swipe down the first one. They swipe down the second one. And as soon, like, as much as you wanna kill off these Zealots, you kind of need to deal with this Stalker force first here. These disruptors. Because you keep on losing the Liberators. Another good Nova here. Another good Nova. Oh, that one does actually whiff, and this one doesn't hit as well. Needs to lift the command center. He has so many orbitals, but you don't want to lose them. Not at this stage. You don't want to lose anything that's unnecessary at this stage. Ghosts come in to clean house here. They will finish off these Zealots. One is still sitting over there, but Zoun just does not let foot off the gas. He has 16 gateways. That's 32 supply that he can warp in at any point. Oh, another big disruption over here. A lot of bio just got killed off there. And Heromarine is gonna GG here. He was so close to stabilize like for 5 minutes in a row, but he just couldn't do it. And Zoun runs away with the first map there. Just a little bit too much tempo. A little bit too much tempo. Pretty good game, I have to say, by both players. I was really impressed here. Gabe, of course, is one of the strongest players in the world. It's so funny how this works. But he is one of the toughest opponents to beat. He's a little bit like a Cure sometimes. Alright, in the top right of Tourmaline, we've got Heromarine. In the bottom left, we've got Zoun. Zoun, of course, right now is playing for... I think at this point he was still playing for Vitality. Now he's playing for Onsite Gaming, which is a Korean team at this point. And in the top right, the Heromarine man, the German guy, the pizza backer, he is playing for Mouse Esports or Mouse Sports Gaming. They have rebranded a couple times. And it's a German professional organization, which used to be Counter-Strike, I think, in the beginning. And they picked up Heromarine. Oh god, it's gonna be a proxy in. It's gonna be the max packs. Like, they picked up Heromarine in 2011. Oh shite. Like, crazy. In 2010 they had a few Nama and Mana, I guess. Show all. Who was on their roster? So they had a lot of players actually. And they have kept Heromarine on their payroll. Is this 3 gates? What the F, man? Zoun going full crazy. This is a double gas opening here for Heromarine though. He's going into that early factory. If he sniffs that anything's up, he's gonna go into that Reaper. If you could find the proxy, it's basically a free defense. Like you just make a Cyclone, a tank, and then you're good. You expand to your own high ground. Oh yeah, Mana was on Team Mouse, huh? Crazy. He went to Team Liquid after that. He was 2 years on Mouse Sports. White Rock. Vortex, Thorzane, they had a lot of good players, wow. Starbuck. Paranoid even. Brood War Legend, 8 Pro. Deer was on Mouse Sports for a year. Now Reaper coming in here is gonna even find a probe here if you're not careful as Zoun, but Zoun is not gonna be broken. And now Heromarine sees the double Stalker. He's already expanded to his high ground. This is already like the dream. The only unit he wasn't really like needing was the Widowmine, but actually it's better than I'm expecting it right now because it does fully cover the ramp and it will get a definite kill on one unit unless you have an adept. And that means the time is on the side of Heromarine, and there you go. He's not even using the shade, so he will just sacrifice the adept to try to snowball this as fast as he can. But once this bunker's up, oh, he's not producing anything from the factory. He needs to start any unit there from the factory as soon as possible here. He's sacrificing the Marines right now to get... he loads them SCVs into the bunker. But now the bunker's there. And he says like, I don't even need a factory unit. The Widowmine was good enough. I'm gonna make Banshees with Cloaked because you don't have any detection. Oh boy. It is very obvious though. Like, if you go up this ramp again, even once, as Zoun, you will know this, but man, he doesn't seem to, like, there's the bunker, so there's no reason to go up there. This might be genius. Oh, this might be the neck-breaking Banshee. Like, it's been a while since I've seen Banshees win a game. But this could be one of those moments, yeah. He doesn't even need to take his low ground base. This is so perfect here right now for Heromarine. And he can, but he can. If he can push down, take his low ground. He doesn't, of course, know that the transition is coming here into Blink for Zoun. But Zoun is gonna move in, and he will see the starboard, but he doesn't know about the add-on. But he immediately throws down Robo here, so he will try to chrono boost out that Observer. But this Banshee might just be a little bit too fast. Bunker being salvaged, gonna add a second barracks, so we will see that 2-1-1 here. And Heromarine might just commit with a worker pull or something after this. There's still a good worker count here for... Oh, he found the proxy even. That's a lot of production, actually. He is down in the worker count, but yeah, look at that. Oh, there's... The Robo isn't even finished yet, and the Banshee just comes in. There's no shield battery. I can't believe the Zoun playing is so risky. Oh boy, and now he has to run to his natural where there is a shield battery. But man, like Heromarine, he doesn't care, he just shoots down what's there. He tried to kill that pylon, which didn't work out. There's a probe even sitting there, actually. Oh, he's back into the main. Zoun is just going back into the main with the probes. He's like, oh man, okay. Doesn't matter. 8 probes have been fallen, though. And there's, of course, no observer at the front, so this Banshee actually can turn invisible at any point. The tanks in the Banshee. What year is this? 2010? Pushing back Stalker armies here. Now, Heromarine did lose a lot of bio units, but he could chase down these guys with the Banshee. He still has this other Banshee. It's out of energy, though, unfortunately. And Heromarine wants to be a little bit careful. He doesn't want to lose this guy, so he just brings it back. Keeps it cloaked, brings it back. And, of course, the pace of the Banshee is not fast enough without speed upgrade here to run down Stalkers. Oh, this is funny. Oh, it does run away. Flies through the burning carcass. This is so funny, man. Heromarine is setting up a trap. He's setting up a trap right now. This is so funny. He's like, you want to repower this, don't you? And there's the SCV pole. Anticipated SCV. It's a very small one, though. And Heromarine is in the lead right now. In the worker lead. Oh, Zoun doesn't even see this. Now he sees the SCVs, he sees the reinforcements. But yeah, Heromarine is gonna get jumped on that tank. So you lose one tank, but he just goes and says like, alright man, you can try to fight with these Stalkers. I know 2 of your gates are not working right now. So I can probably just overpower you. He needs to cloak these Banshees. And the SCVs are here mostly for repairs right now. It's a funny prospect, but this is just working out. The Stalkers are coming home though, he needs to be careful. Once these tanks getting flanked here, oh, they're even unsieging. One of them is unsieging. He's trying to make that bunker. He has 3 Banshees with this, such a powerful force. And the reinforcements are hitting these Stalkers. There's no detection with this, so the Banshees actually having free reign here. Blinking is happening. He's trying to clean out the tanks. And he does do, but he does lose most of his Stalkers. A few Zealots are dealing with the Marines. But who's there to kill 4 Banshees? 3 Stalkers at 2 HP? No! Heromarine is winning this with Banshees in 2026, ladies and gentlemen. You saw it here first. No, actually not, but wow, what a beast. The biggest of Gabes. It's just killing one of the world's best Protoss with cloaked Banshees. Literally, quite literally. Look at that. GG's called. Oh my god. What a game. What a game, what a Gabe. Wow. Wow. Love to see stuff like this. He just kept on making Banshees and it just was the right call. Zoun wasn't focused on picking off the Banshees. He was focused on picking off the tanks. And in the end he loses to the Banshees. What a great play. What a great play. Heromarine, the biggest brains of the biggest of all of them. And the biggest muscles as well. Alright, so let's go into the next one. On the top left, we've got Heromarine. In the bottom right, it is Zoun. Kind of got Bansheed in the last game. What's he gonna do in this one? But he tried that very risky proxy. It in the end didn't work out. He did make some progress, but he didn't kill enough workers. Like, he wasn't a good worker lead there for a little bit, but then the Banshee just retook that lead basically. Just came in back and just threw a wrench there in the spanner here into the gear for Heromarine. And so it's gonna scout with a probe, would probably harass the SCV a little bit, but he will also see that this is a 1 gas expand for Heromarine. So it's a one Rex expand. And these always mean that there's opportunities for adept harassment. And Zoun is someone who really likes his adept harassment, so definitely something you need to be on the lookout here as Heromarine. We'll throw down a command center. We actually didn't really get a shot off on the SCVs. Quite the other way around, where the SCVs got a lot of shot offs onto that probe. And the probe does go into the very top right corner. I don't think he's gonna make any proxies. He's just gonna scout around to see if there's any hidden tech, like a hidden starport or a hidden, I don't know, SCV or a hidden thing. Reaper is trying to find some intel here, but he doesn't get it, and there is a Stargate coming on for Zoun. So a little bit of an a wild card game here. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, definitely a funny thing to see. It's something off-brand. It's something you need to throw in the best of 5. I like it. These guys are really playing it serious here, not just the map, not just the player, but they'll throw in curveballs, and that's something you need to do, because sometimes you just have your opponents, like if you always play meta, well, you can cut corners, right? That's how things work. And if Heromarine can cut too many corners, because Zoun is always playing a meta game, that means that Heromarine can get a lead, right? An unforced error. And forced error by yourself, basically. Because you can be greedy against certain strategies. Now this is gonna be the Phoenix Colossi style. As I say, Stargate, it's gonna be still very much that... You say it's very much that oh, okay, I don't know, it's a very safe style. It's not a very all-in style. Like, Phoenixes are there to catch the medivac, they're here for the drop defense, and they'll be there to tank for the Colossi. They're also good at picking off units, and he will grab the Reaper here for now for free, so he's gonna get a lot of free trading. He will grab that Hellion for free now. And Heromarine is like, but I see the Phoenix, what am I doing though? And he decides to turn around. He says, alright, it's just not worth it. He probably has the Phoenix at home. He'll probably just catch me. And then the Widow Mines are not gonna do anything. So he sees the Phoenix at his home. He's like, alright, man, you're attacking me. You're supposed to defend your bases with this right now. I guess I have to commit the drop. So he will come in with that Widowmine drop. It's not seen yet, so the Phoenix are still on the offensive here. The other side of the map, there comes the Widowmines. I want to see one dropped over here on the ledge. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, what a nice split there at the last second. He still loses 4 probes in total, and the medevac does go out. The Widowmines are trying to walk away here. Can you run away? How fast are they? Almost 4, but they can't outrun Shades. But they can... and they can't outrun Stalkers. Oh, the Phoenix also find the medevac here. And it does get destructed. Templar Archive's gonna finish up here. Are we gonna see that Storm instantly? Indeed we do, and a Chrono Boost. So it's not gonna be that Colossi style, which is funny. Because you'd think about this, right? You say, alright, it's Phoenix Colossi. It's Phoenix Charge. It's Phoenix Charge and Storm. And he does not, oh, he does have charge, so he doesn't have blink. So you go Phoenix, so you don't need blink to chase down medevacs. And he goes into Storm because he doesn't want to be the Vikings, the winner of the game. Because it does count to 2 units, right? The Colossi and the Phoenix. Oh, if you can click that low Phoenix, he can volley that one down. With 4 Vikings. Just eating some damage here. He does show the Phoenix though. He does show that he hasn't produced any past 4. Did he lose one? No. So he only has produced those 4, and he shows that. It's like, yeah man, here's my Phoenix, blah blah blah, I'm making Colossi, ha ha ha. Heromarine, is he gonna fall for this? I'm not sure. Storm is completed now and we're going into Blink afterwards because of course the Phoenix are gonna fall off and eventually you need something to be flexible again. Weapons and stuff. So let's see what he can do with that. Phoenix are not really finding an entrance here. Vikings are still on the chase, but Heromarine has 6 Vikings. That's a lot of Vikings. It's not too many. But they're also not doing him a favor. And we see a double forge style here coming online for Zoun to try and catch up in the upgrades. +1 is already complete for Heromarine. Heromarine does establish his front 3rd base here. So that means his other bases are going to be easier to take. I hope he makes a couple tanks to kind of sit in these locations. His tanks are very, very strong. There's a fake Phoenix. That's kind of funny. I want to see this just run away and not... Oh, okay. It gets depleted, unfortunately. There's an observer. There's a zealot. There's a lot of map vision here. More and more gateways. We do see eventually now the Colossus tech come in. But it is very much delayed, and that kind of gateway army is just enabling Zoun to be a little more flexible and take those 5 bases. Heromarine is super defensive. Those Phoenix just more than anything just kept him back at home. But I think it's about time. We should see a pretty good Bioforce. He's actually not that confident, and he does scan the natural. He sees the Colossus tech coming online now, which is a big tell. He sees a Templar and he's like, oh, you went High Templar, didn't you? You went Storm. You didn't go Colossi. So what's he gonna do now? He does set up his 4th base, but he doesn't really have any map vision at all. He doesn't know about this base. He doesn't know about this base. So he doesn't actually know the current state of the game. We are gonna see 14 gateways here in a moment as well. And Zoun is... Oh, he just picks them up and then kills them with the zealots. That's so cool. I love to see stuff like this from time to time. It's just very clever. Heromarine is starting to push out here, but then immediately turning around is just gonna snag that observer. Base finishing up here for Zoun. Warps in more and more zealots as well. And he's starting to max out here very soon. Heromarine still has the big army, but that's about to fall off very soon as well. And he just decides, okay, I couldn't really do much to you, but you couldn't really do much to me as well, so I'll just make more command centers and we just play a long game. He sets up a base for over here. He's gonna float this now. This is only a command center, an orbital, but it does have a bunker with a very nice... This is the anti-zealot place. The zealots will charge in from here. The Widowmine will splash on top of the zealots as well, and they will like stack up in this area. Oh, nice Widowmine shot here. Nice EMP as well, but very good Storm. It's gonna kill 4 Widowmines before 2 of them before they can shoot. And this planetary is not done yet. The Vikings are not really doing anything. So honestly, he's gonna land the Vikings, but he will lose the command center. And Zoun is just gonna pull back after this. He has so many zealots here. We need more and more Widowmines to deal with those. More AoE, more splash here from the Terrans. Some Liberators are gonna be the answer for now. They don't have any upgrades though. +1 weapons is gonna finish very soon. Ah, the Storm on the sniping ghosts there. Very painful. Interrupt all of these snipes. Of course, Storm has a bigger range now. That means a radius. That means that those snipes are actually very punishable. And there's the additional command center coming in here for Gabe. Can he get that landed? Can he get that going? Can he get that planetary up? Can he get that position that he needs? 12 more zealots warping in, but there's no war prism with this army right now. This is the most forward pylon that Zoun has here on the front lines right now. He has 1 more base established down here, but not saturated up. Doesn't really have his probes distributed to that point now. He's gonna transfer some of them from the natural base, which was of course mined out already. And trying to push in here again, Zoun that is. And he makes something work. Doesn't really find a good entry point here, and Liberators are already there to anchor down this defense point. I want to see, yeah, Liberators over here is what I wanted to say, but Heromarine, of course, already ahead of me. Now you're gonna mine this out as Zoun. Is this an option? The funny thing is, like this base as Heromarine, you can leave that for later. You just go into the right corner, take these two bases, and then eventually you'll go down there. But yeah, the transition is coming online here. The Stargates are gonna come in. Gonna see that fleet beacon, which is not... I don't think he has a fleet beacon yet. He needs to make that fleet beacon. I think he forgot that he already had 2 Stargates. Oh, he made... So instead of making that fleet beacon, he made an additional Stargate, I think. That's what it is. So he's gonna be surprised when he has 4 Stargates but no fleet beacon in the moment. It's definitely gonna be a massive tempo hindrance here for Zoun. Who ideally, yeah, there we go. You already went into the second cybernetics core. That's not when you start your fleet beacon. With 4 Stargates sitting idle here. But he will be able to quadra produce Tempest, and that's a tempo that Heromarine is not gonna be used to, I think. That might be something unfamiliar here coming in. Because that's not something you do. That's not something you do. And Heromarine... Oh, I'm sorry. I just need to ban a guy from chat. Okay. Got that out of the way. So Heromarine is someone who is very bad against off-brand, off-meta, like, random things. That's why he was always struggling to win against people like Parting, for example. Or like a Hero. He simply can't win against Hero because Hero is just playing too random. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Heromarine is a very calculated person. And he's not only calculating his own stuff, he's calculating what his opponent is doing and what he has and what he can do. And what makes sense, right? And I can say that this 4 Stargate style, it just doesn't make any sense. So once we see that go into production, and actually 4 Tempests at a time to show up, he's making 1 right now. He should sacrifice a few probes in, maybe. He's gonna run in a few zealots, but he will find that unbreakable wall. Heromarine here and the right as well. Very difficult spots to engage into. He has a lot of Liberators, he has a lot of bio units. He's trying to chase the Disruptor there. He's actually chasing a little bit more than I thought he would be. And he is starting to build up a bank himself. There's a Warp Prism trying to go in. It has speed. It will still get killed off, but 2 Zealots do drop out. 2 SCVs are not going to be enough here. 1 Marauder did pop. He's going to run up, and 1 turret will get killed off. Do the SCVs actually repair this one? Oh, the Liberators are going to clean house. Yeah, 1 Zealot is going to survive. Oh, I love it. He doesn't repair this one, but he makes 3 more. He's like, I'm going to give you that 1 kill. But I'm not going to give you the position. I'm not going to let you open this up. Oh, Liberators running into that Stalker force. Luckily there was no Archon splashing over those. So in the end, Heromarine still kind of only getting away with a bruised eye there. Mothership on the way. And things are starting to go very well here for our Protoss player. He's looking very strong in the air upgrade department. He's double chrono boosting these. And going to 2-2, like 3-3 Tempest is not something you see every day. It's actually a very powerful moment here for the Protoss, and he will go into the Tectonics Destabilizers. Tectonic Destabilizers. But in the meantime, he just doesn't stop pushing. He has 7k, 3k. He has been trading a little bit worse, but not that much. So yeah. And where's the SCVs dying? There they are! Oh, Heromarine is gonna find this. He's gonna find this. He sees this upgrading. He sees the mothership warp in. He's mining this. The prism does run in, but Viking. Oh, the backdoor turrets. He's mining this. He's bringing home minerals. He's bringing home minerals. Oh no! Can one SCV make it through? No, all of them have been destroyed. But he deleted effectively some minerals from his opponents. A very good play. And now he's running in on the left with the bio units. He's gonna kill off one base most likely here. This is mostly a Tempest army, and they versus ground is not too much. And Heromarine has sacrificed a few of his SCVs now to get a bigger army, and it's paying off right now in dividends. He's 140 army supply to 88. Kind of catching Zoun mid-transition, who doesn't really want to warp in a lot more units, but he will lose a base on the left side for that. Disruptor's trying to come in to kill off the spy units. Maybe just a bad rally. Ah, he will still get a very good connection there. 15 kills on one of those guys. But in the end, all of those will get traded out. And Heromarine is going into that Viking production. He has the +3 on the weapons, and he has the +1 armor, which is actually decent upgrades. And yeah, +3 is about to finish up, so he already has +2 armor queued up. So 3-2 definitely is something you can fight against 3-3. You're not gonna be that bad behind. And actually right now, Heromarine is in a 2-1, or you know, 2-1 against 2-2 deficit there. So 1 deficit on the armor. But his +3 weapons will be finished faster than Zoun. So he will be up in upgrade, or at least even, I guess. Up in the damage, down in the armor for a bit. Until that 3-3 is probably gonna be comparative to his +2 armor. So he's gonna be decent in the upgrades here against Zoun for in that air war actually. So that's a little bit of a surprise. A nice EMP there on the Nexus. No recall to this one, bro. You need to defend with what you can warp in here, but this is a lot of ghosts. They just cloak up. No detection here. A wall of cloaked ghosts there, kind of preventing the zealots from connecting. And in the same time, oh, big engage here on the top, but not enough. Oh my god, he just can't get out of that time warp. Wow, he runs through his own storms. He kills High Templars with his own storm. Look at that, 2 High Templars do fall to the storm. The rest are out of energy. The air units are getting killed off. Another storm here to kill off the Marauders. Heromarine punching through on every side right now. Zoun just falling apart with its 10k bank. What is he making? Carriers right now. You're not gonna reinforce fast enough with carriers against this. He's warping in. He needs zealots, man. You need zealots. In a moment like this, he loses the disruptor. He needs zealots in storm to hold on here. Heromarine with a quality move at 2 fronts at the same time, pushing back Zoun. And I mean, Heromarine has depleted the bank himself. He had, but look at that. He's building a new one right now. Oh, look at the income. Look at it. 2k, 3k. Can we see the 4k? Can we see it up to 4k? 4k. Heromarine, the madman, making more expansions at the same time. If he can hold the high ground here, he just doesn't let Zoun come in. There's still a lot of production going on for Zoun right now. A lot of units are in that production, but Heromarine's bank is gone. Can he keep up the tempo? If he can keep up the tempo, can keep up the production, then he might be able to win the game. Oh my god, he like brings in 4k minerals per minute right now. That's 1,000 in like a quarter of a minute, right? What's a quarter of a minute? Is it 15 seconds? That's 10,000 minerals. Sorry, it's 1,000 minerals per 15 seconds. That's so much. That's insane. Of course, it doesn't last too long, but man, can he keep up the production though? More and more carriers are accumulating. Maybe you want to utilize those liberators even to fight the interceptors, but most interceptors have been killed off. And I guess the liberator siege up was the smarter move here, but in the end, Heromarine is getting pushed back. A lot of his units also are in production right now. He needs to kind of force this army back. He needs to realize that these carriers are mostly out of interceptors. There's only like single interceptors coming in. Even the turrets killing carriers right now. Zoun a little bit too aggressive here for his own good. He has depleted all of his bank. Look at the trading. It's insane. 28k against 45,000 here. Heromarine. Heromarine. Is he gonna take the lead in his best of 5 here? He looks like he's about to have it. He snipes the disruptor, trying to come in for a flank. Archons are beefing, but just not enough. So many ghosts still here. Not enough energy. He still has an EMP if he wants to use one though. The air army that is about to die. And Heromarine is overpowering his opponent with a splitter on the head. Wow, what a game from Gabe. Oh my god, this is like a moment where you're playing as the Protoss and you're looking at your bank and you're looking at your position and you're looking at the tempo of the game, the state of the game. Oh, you've got the opponent in the corner. Hey, I'm the big Zoun, I'm the big Protoss player. I've got you cornered, man. You cannot come out. I can take the map. I can make 4 Stargates. I can make double upgrades on air. And I can transition whenever I want to. And then Heromarine says, no, bro. Now is the time where I kick in. And now I kick in both of your backdoors at the same time. I'll throw in the big one into your black hole and then we'll start grabbing your like frickin' everything just went down south. He just pulled out the frickin' bank out of Zoun's ass. What a crazy game. What a crazy game. And this is the moment as Zoun where you're like, can I actually beat this guy in a late game? Like, that was such a brilliant moment for Heromarine, and he struck exactly when he needed to. And as Zoun, you have to wonder now, like, can you beat this man? You had everything. He had the 10k bank, which Heromarine didn't have, by the way. He had a bank, but not 10k. He had the Tempest transition on 4 Stargates. He had the double upgrades on air going. It's like the dream. He had all forms of AoE. He had Colossi, he had Storm, he had Disruptors. He had everything. He had speed prisms. Like, he had everything. He might have been missing shield upgrades. Like, is that the one thing you necessarily need? Can you beat Heromarine in a late game? You have to wonder as Zoun, right? At this stage. It's a very valid question, and Heromarine made him think that, and that's a very powerful moment to have as Heromarine. I gotta say, man, I'm so proud of Big Gabe. What a game to play, and what a man to beat as well. Like, Zoun's PVT has been stellar. It's been very, very powerful. Man, Gabe just showing it off against Zoun there. That was so cool. Now, can he do it again, or does he do a different one? I want to say Heromarine is not above. Excuse me, Heromarine is not above the SCV pulls. So if he thinks he can win with an SCV pull, he will do it. He doesn't need to. Damn. Like, he doesn't feel like he needs to play that long game if he doesn't need to. So Reaper coming in here, we see that Widowmine again. He did that in the last game as well, if you remember. Oh, I guess 2 games ago. He went into the Widowmine first. It's a very interesting unit to have in TvP as the first unit, because it will be there before Blink. It will be bad against Shades, but you can unburrow, so you can counter micro that. But yeah, you'll not be good against that Blink eventually, right? And it's not good against a lot of units, but it will definitely kill. Oh my god, he's such a quick starport, but that Phoenix Scout, man, even getting the Widowmine shot, he knows what's up, so Zoun knows what's coming his way, and he should be ready to defend that. That sentry was a very genius second unit there. So Gabe is gonna try to do that Widowmine drop here. Fly across the map. Let's see what that defense is gonna look like here. I'm just gonna get stuck on that medevac. So he does not intercept the medevac. He will lose one probe and... oh, a lot of mining time. I would have wanted to retarget there on another probe, but yeah. In the end, pretty decent drop here. He does get one Widowmine out. He will do another one. He will do another one. Oh, he will do another one. Oh, he will do another one. He comes in. There comes the medevac, and he can redrop the one on the natural as well. We just deny mining for now. He settles for one probe. He could evacuate that one probe. Oh, God! That almost hit. Oh my God, man. Zoun against his early defense is just not looking good, but he has aggressive force here across the map, and of course if you produce 4 Widowmines, guess what, you don't have tanks. Oh my God, that Stalker lives with 2 HP, that's one shot from Marine. There's nothing at home right now. The Reaper comes back, tries to assassinate the Stalker, he does get the Stalker. Oh my God, both players are just not, they're not giving anything to each other, it's insane. Wow. Zoun is still trying to find this medevac, but there's a lot of airspace here. Heromarine boosting into the Stalkers. Oh no! He needs to drop out the Widowmines. He drops out one, but you can blink get this one, so this is gonna be a confirmed kill here until that blink is uncool. Oh, Heromarine doesn't make it easy for him. Okay. Well, yeah, unfortunately here, I want to say. Now he wants to catch the Stalkers, but I guess he won't find them. He kind of expects them to go aggressive, but they'll just rotate through the middle. So they will go aggressive, but not as aggressive. Now that also means though that Heromarine has an opening for himself to maneuver those medevacs through, and he could cancel the third base. There's nothing really there in position. Zoun moving now a few units, but they're not there to ready to intercept or anything. I guess I spoke too soon. He will intercept a little bit. And that's enough. Storm is on the way here. Charge is on the way. Storm is getting chronoed. Charge not. Heromarine, he does have +1 in combat shields coming in. Combat shields feel like a little bit slow right now. There's no... oh, he went for concussive first. Okay, that's a little bit uncommon. And he does have the double... okay, I guess he just was a little bit slow on that. Combat shields, for some reason. But it will be there. He does have stim. He doesn't have it now, though. And this is the time where he wants to fight already, so... that's a little bit painful. There's Storm already done. No combat shields. Marines are gonna splatter very fast in that Storm. Don't mistake this army for a very healthy one here from Heromarine. He still does plow through, kind of, through these, but in the end, the reinforcing zealots are gonna be enough here. The Force is back. And as Heromarine, you need to be a little bit careful because these medevacs also are very low. He needs to reproduce more Marines here. He doesn't really have the firepower that he needs. Oops. There's still the Prism with the Templars inside. I guess he has 2 Storms here. One medevac gets sniped. Very nice pick by Zoun. But let's blink out. Does throw down 1 Storm here. And there's the other one. He loses a Templar though before he can Storm. He does have the Storm, but he doesn't utilize it. He waits for the last moment there. is reinforcing with more and more units. He does have the third base. He's still posturing very aggressive here, but one more storm could do the trick here for our Protoss player. Maybe even just the Zealots are enough, but there's gonna be the Widowmine trap. Some good splash. Oh, that's a nice pickup there on the War Prism, but unfortunately it's actually hurting the War Prism. There's a probe. Oh, these are some... That's a funny... Like, those are walking funny paths for some reason here, the probes. Heromarine needs to get that armory up. He needs to... he has the Ghost Academy, so he's already making ghosts, which is nice for him. But he needs to get that armory up and running. He needs to get that second entry bay going. He needs to start to think about a transition here. And it's something that he needs to be doing soon, or he needs to go into that additional base. There's the armory though, as I said. So he will keep on playing that power play for now, going into the armory, going into better upgrades. Can he snipe the space? I don't think so. He does have the ghost, but he didn't EMP it. So his tempo is not the fastest here, and Zoun is actually does have enough HP there with the Archon, which sounds funny because he still has the EMP stacked up. Oh, he does save that bunker very barely here in the end, and he will set up a fourth base. So Gabe is starting his transition, but this also means that most of his pressure is about done. It doesn't really have much pressure to come across the map. There's a second forge being thrown online here for Zoun, and of course that Colossus tech is coming in here. Needs to get the thermal lens though. You always want to kind of get that, I guess. It's just so good to always be able to go back into Colossus production if you have like 2 robos or 3 robos. But you need to use that thermal lens, you need to get that. He doesn't have that upgrade yet, and he doesn't have it going. Second starport coin on though. Heromarine doesn't know. I mean, he went into Ghost first, so he doesn't know that the bigger threat are the Templars right now. But he needs to get a Viking force, of course, because you don't know. And eventually you need to get those Liberators, I guess. So second starport is gonna be very nice, very useful. He's already going into the air weapons himself. Posturing now to go across the map. He does have a drop here in the north, coming into that natural base. Oh, it's in vision. He went a little bit too far. Now that's not the best moment here, but he does have more than he needs to overpower 2 stalkers. Did some good blink micro though. It's really good stuff here from our Protoss player. Now that's a nice storm. And, well, both players are just expanding outwards. Now, are we going into that same late game situation again here? This base is, this map is a little bit different. There's like high yield gases, for example. They are like different. It's not as easy to defend, I feel like the last map was on a lot of bases. For the Terran, for example, there's not that mineral wall you kind of need to go through to actually access that base from the on that low ground, which is kind of defendable from your high ground there. So like the triangle position on the other map, I can't remember the name right now. What map did we play on? Damn, Tourmaline or something? No, it wasn't Tourmaline. I don't know. I know the layout, I just can't remember the names. We have +3 weapons, additional barracks coming online here for Heromarine, and now High Templar's coming forward. One still packed with storms. Does have 2, a nice EMP does deny the first one. Second one does get sniped by a few Marauders. Very good done, very well done here by Heromarine, who is also going into personal cloaking for his own ghosts, so they can avoid being feedbacked or killed by Zealots. So far Heromarine is holding his own. He's trading more efficiently, and he keeps on expanding. He's keeping on expanding, whatever. additional barracks here. Oh, we do see a big engage here. North, the Colossi are getting killed. They still don't have... Oh, they do have the upgrade, actually. Did get that. Range. Very nice snipe there on that High Templar. He does have a couple more High Templars there. Good storm on the cluster of the units. Another good storm on the cluster of Marines. But in the end, it doesn't really kill any of the Marines. Oh, he almost walks back into that. He needs to stand the ground. He doesn't want to lose the Liberators. He still does lose them though. But that planetary is in a very good position down there. Keeping a nice anchor point for Heromarine to fall back to. Another High Templar with storms stacked up. 2 storms. Both actually. Oh, this one from the north doesn't have a storm. He just came in. He says like, hi guys, I'm here. He's gonna get sniped. It's always a expensive loss, which is unnecessary. And Heromarine is sitting on 4 bases, but oh, he needs to reproduce this command set. I hope he notices this. That's actually an issue. That's a very big issue. He needs to get on that. Oh no. Oh no. He's in this location. I guess he's making 2 more, which is fine, but he needs that tempo on the 5th base. He needs that command center to be up and running, and Zoun is starting to take the map. There's still that Widow Mine, we're just getting cleared off. If you have so many Widow Mines, just why not get the upgrade? He's still not finishing up this command center. That's actually a big error at this mistake. A big, a big error at this mistake. A big mistake at this point, and that's not good for Heromarine. It's a big issue. Now, Zoun coming in here. He's trying to gang up on the Terran army, but man, Heromarine, can you please fix that one? He's gonna finish up the other ones first, and he would just make a new one. He says like, alright, now he goes back onto that one. But yeah, that's a mule that has been missing for a very long time, or a scan. He's been utilizing a lot of scans to just keep on trying to get the best engage. Unfortunately, this guy was not able to engage at the best way here. See another High Templar, a second storm coming in here, being thrown in from that same guy. Oh, some SCVs. They tried to establish that position here, but unfortunately they get killed by the... Whoa! By the Zealots. Now big Zealot flank coming in here after some sick disruption. Novas. Can Heromarine win this fight? He still manages to turn us around. There's no vision on these ghosts here for Zoun. There's no... The Heromarine scanning so much means that he has picked off so many observers in this game, and you will be able to turn around this fight. I am stunned. He kills most of these stalkers. The last 2 stalkers do get away here, but look at the trading. It is in the end again very efficient for our Terran player, but he did not manage to push out. And I think that command center not being done actually did hurt him in his approach. Now this map, as I said, it's very difficult to actually set up those bases that he was able to get in the last game. And for a while this is gonna be a very thin spread here for Heromarine. He does not have the sensor turret here in the center to keep tabs on this army movement. He needs one on this base as well to see if anything comes in from a flank, from the left side, from the west side. We will keep the stalkers at bay. The disruption novas are coming in. Oh, there's one good connection on the tail end, and this command center has to lift for now. It's gonna try to move into a planetary again. Heromarine is gonna repair this one up. And Zoun is posturing to get an attack going here before this one morphs into a planetary. Heromarine, of course, tried to do that as fast as possible, but this will be another snipe here, potentially on that command center, but the SCVs are just keeping that alive. Wow. That was a pretty good split there against the Disruptor, and now Heromarine knows about the space. Now he's like, man, you can't hold this one. We can just get a free base here. Thank you, Zoun. Thank you. Thank you. But in the end, Zoun has so many bases. He has so many in the north here. He has this one in the south, which is being attacked. But oh, if you can kill the pilot, he gets us to warp in. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now the probes are coming in here, potentially to fight, potentially to tank, to buy some time. Heromarine needs to kill the bases, mostly Marines, so the actual DPS is not that high. The Zealots, which have been warped in at a different location, are going to be able to save this Nexus. I can't believe it. Heromarine is not going to notice this one for a while because he is so busy fighting on the front line, always kind of missing that vital seconds to snipe the Disruptor to before it actually connects with the Nova. Now 3 Liberators trying to set up again here, but they're just walking into the Stalkers a little bit late on the setup. Need to evacuate those. Just gonna set up on the ramp. That's a pretty good position here for the Liberators, and will deny the space here in the north. Can he run in? Can he kind of storm punch into that one base in the bottom left there? Punch in and come out. Oh, he will get a very good surround on those Zealots onto the planetary, and one force field is going to be enough to deny that mining. Another command center coming in here trying to land in this location, but Heromarine is starting to run out of money. He's starting to run dry, and his army, as powerful as it is, Zoun can just grind him down, even though Zoun doesn't have a bank right now, and that's a very costly trade for him. He's losing so many units. He will still get a big chunk of that Bioforce, and it's a very costly chunk. More and more Zealots streaming in here that reinforce. It's just enough money for Zoun to tip the scale. And honestly, this base is so important that this one stayed alive. It's such an important moment actually in this game, because that might have allowed the tempo to just be a little bit too much here for Heromarine to break Zoun eventually. In this fight, he does pick off the space now, and there's another Nexus attempt, by the way. This is even closer to Heromarine. Heromarine is gonna mule hammer this one, but maybe a little bit too late. He already lost the army on the front line. He doesn't really have enough reproduce right now to even hold on to the planetary. And honestly, it's not even the planetary anymore. He loses the Liberators again. Not set up defensively enough, and Heromarine is starting to bleed out. All of these expensive units here, the Medivacs, the Ghosts. GG is gonna be called. Zoun does take the 4th map in this best of 5. So we'll go to a map number 5, a deciding map here in this series. And what a series it is. A slugfest, man. Those guys make for some amazing games. That's some really good StarCraft. I don't want to do this again. Okay, 1 second. Set on all the things here. So 2-2. And we'll go into this game momentarily here. In the bottom right, we do have Heromarine. In the top left, it is Zoun, the Zouninator. So, Zouninator, the biggest of Gabes. We'll not throw in a command center first here. I guess not on Titor Citadel. It's a little bit of a fast map, and yeah, you can be very aggressive on this one. So, Zoun has been also scouting a lot with his probes. I guess if you don't probe scout, you can do something like that, right? Looking for that eBay block, which of course did not happen. The probe gets recalled because it's kind of locked in. So he doesn't want to lose this one. Recalling this very early. I like the choice. And he knows the timing exactly. The Reaper comes in. Now this is going to be multiple Reapers into multiple Hellions. Potentially at least one Hellion. Most of the time with 3, the 3-2 approach, 3 Reaper, 2 Hellions. But we've seen a lot of mix-ups with that as well, like 2 Reapers only, 2 Reaper, 1 Hellion, 3 Reaper, 1 Hellion, 1 Widowmine. There's a lot of kind of things you can do with this. A lot of ways you can play this out, so it's not fixed in stone here, but I think Heromarine is someone who likes his kind of ways, his standard ways, and he likes the unit sets he's practiced with. So he will go into that 3-2 setup, and it's a very potent one. Of course, with 2 Hellions you can one-shot probes, but you can 2-shot a lot of them. And you can soften them up, so you'll soften them up enough so 1 Reaper shot will kill them. And yeah, that's a lot of damage. Still going into a fast starport after this one. He literally doesn't have a Marine right now. So this is like... This army, what is granting him, it is map control and the faster tech behind that. But he does of course delay the tech at first because he needs to make 150 gas in Reapers, right? He will jump into the main. The Hellions do not find an entry. There's a shield battery in the main though. That's a very nice play here from Zoun, and it will deny a lot of that damage. Could have been happening in the main base. He does not kill much though. 1 Reaper does fall. I think he killed a probe on the drive-by in the natural. In the end, he didn't find the entry he was looking for. Now, right now there's an opportunity though. The units are kind of just sticking out here in the front. He cannot kill them because of that shield battery. But he could run in and sacrifice himself into. But maybe the timing is not there yet. It's very difficult though to say, because if you wait too long, there's gonna be another round of warp ins, and now it's happening. So there's gonna be more and more stalkers. Thus, the defense is gonna be easier. Oh, Heromarine again going into Cloaked Banshees. Is this gonna be that game again? Where he makes 4 Cloaked Banshees and wins the game? It could be. This is not the fastest, sorry, it's not the longest map distance, so it could be something like that. I think it was on Tourmaline where he went very ham on the Banshees tank and just pushed by into your face with the ACV pull, and then eventually won because all of the tanks died, but 4 Banshees did survive and no stalkers. He will kill off that Hellion, which tried to provide the vision. The Banshee's just sitting near the middle of the map is kind of an interesting position. He waits for the second one. Does he have Cloak? Actually, yes. So he did get Cloak. He does not see... Zoun does not see that Banshee. War Prism is grabbing some of these stalkers here. Double Banshee coming in. Shield battery is not going to help you. Now, he also does put the stalkers into the main base, but there is the damage starting. Oh, he needs to sync up the shots though. He doesn't get the kills here. And there's a warp in, but where is the observer? Also, the attack is falling flat at the entrance here, and Gabe is just killing so many probes right now. There, finally the observer comes in, and we will see the Banshee. First Banshee go down. The second one does actually manage to slip away, and he will also scout the third base and the state of it. So that's a very nice scout as well. Immediately throwing down a command set himself, Heromarine, as a response. The Banshee's really paying off for our Terran player, and look at the worker count. 41 probes to 47. It's a 2-base against 2-base right now. The Terran army is about to scale up immensely with Stim coming in, combat shields coming in, and +1 coming in here in just a moment. And a lot of stalkers have been killed. I guess only 1. But he's pinning back so many Stalkers right now with this Banshee. Unfortunately, there's an Observer on top of the Banshee, and Banshee is basically... it's unkillable there. But look at that. Stim coming through. He doesn't really kill a Stalker. I can't believe it, man. Wasn't really focus firing. He does kill the first one now on the tail end. He needs to heal up his Marines though if he wants to push forward. Is he gonna bring SCVs? It doesn't seem like the answer is yes. But he definitely could. I thought I saw the move, but it wasn't. Now he's gonna set up the tanks here. Maybe a little bit too slow. The tanks, they get blinked on top of, but all of the Stalkers do use their blink, and that firepower from the Marines with the +1. Oh my god! Oh, the one Colossi. Oh, the one Colossi killed by Marines. Zoun. Zoun, did you overestimate your powers? He even loses the Observer, and I guess the answer is yes. Heromarine, the biggest of Gabes, punching through that Protoss phase. No, what a great game by Heromarine, man. What a great gamer.